Alright, YouTube. Donna Brazille spent months claiming that anyone who said, oh, she fed the debate questions to the Clinton camp because she fucking wanted to pave the way for her to become the nominee and fuck Bernie Sanders over. She spent months saying that anyone who claimed that was lying, that they were delusional, that they were a conspiracy theorist wearing a tinfoil hat, that it was Russia all the way down, Red Scare, Reds under the bed, commies are after me sort of crap. And now she's come out and admitted, yeah, I did give her the debate questions. It actually did happen. I really, really regret it. I'm really, really sorry. She's probably sorry because, what was it? Even CNN cut her position there. She was sort of on board as someone who would write like the occasional op-ed or come on for an interview. And they cut ties with her because even CNN felt uncomfortable about it. When CNN tells you that a Democratic operative is too corrupt to come on their shows, you know there's a friggin' problem. Because usually they love that shit. The more dishonest, the better, because at least it makes a good story. Oh, CNN's working with an evil commie agent or something. And then other people talk about it, gives them more airplay, and they actually like it. And there's no such thing as negative attention to these people, so when they cut ties with you, you know that you're really a hot potato issue. But she's come out and admitted it now. So, apparently, Clinton was wrong, Podesta was wrong, Brazil was lying. All these people were either wrong or lying. It actually happened, and they just didn't want to own up to it. Now, that's around the time that the Russia crap began now, wasn't it? Before that, it was primarily, oh, Trump is unhinged. Trump is crazy. Trump is a bully. Trump is sexist. He's a racist. He hates Mexicans. He hates black people. He hates women. He hates basically everybody. Why are you supporting him? Why is he almost even with Clinton in the polls? Please tell us that Armageddon is not nearly upon us as a Democratic Party. Oh, he's weak. Don't vote for him, they said for months and months. And of course they fucking lost. But for a while there, it was primarily just attacks on his personal character. And the media was hot and heavy in there with the DNC. And we know they were collaborating with all these media groups because they fund one another. They give each other political campaign, gives favorable interview access, more questions too, and so forth. Some media group. The media group donates. And everybody benefits. That's the way that it works in DC. It's also the way it works in New York City. It's the way it works in London and Shanghai and every other major group in the world. It's just the way that humans operate. It's a form of corruption. It's obvious that it's happening all over the world. Nobody's immune to it. We can stop pretending that we're living in some fantasy land where the corporate press is actually honest, because they're not, quite clearly. And neither is Donna Brazille. She represents a corporation, or represented, of course she's out now, represented a corporation, a corporate entity, that claims to be a political party. That political party is essentially a business entity, a money-making opportunity that kinda sorta pretends to represent people. At the local and state level, representation occurs. At the federal level, money-making occurs, and then gets distributed back out to the lower levels. That's why we have problems in DC. And Donna Brazille is a part of that problem. Former head of the DNC, for a short period, you went through 3 different friggin' people heading the DNC. They now, in a very contentious race, finally selected their new leadership, which started off with a bang as that same leadership repeatedly shot itself in the foot, like the true morons that they are. She spent months proclaiming that it never happened. I never gave debate questions to the Clinton camp. I'm fair. I love all of the Democratic candidates evenly. I would surely never bend over backwards for the person who has already been predetermined as the winner by everybody else in the DNC, who's raised, several $billion, but about 10 times as much as her opponent, who did, by that time, honestly, have a clear lead anyway. Even if it was an underwhelming lead for somebody who supposedly was the juggernaut of the Democratic Party. Yeah, that would never happen. She'd never feed her the debate questions to make her path easier. They would never try to reschedule the debates in such a way that it gave Clinton an advantage so she could go do other shit. Fundraise, $50,000 a plate sort of stuff with Goldman Sachs or something. That would never happen. There's no corruption in politics. Only with the Republicans. The Republicans are corrupt, but we Democrats, we never do anything corrupt. We never take the money of rich people. We never take a kickback from a corporation. We never structure our political party around a neoliberal who declares anti-fracking laws to be like a Russian conspiracy. We would never do that. We would never lie to anybody. We'd never do anything shifty with the debate commission. We never hold hands with one another and sing Kumbaya and sing the praises of Hillary Clinton over her, socialist opponent who can't even win a general election, and we know it. We would never shaft somebody who ultimately wouldn't even be taken seriously if they didn't think that his opponent was going to be Donald Trump in the first place. Now, it did happen, and now she's admitting to it. So those of us who, I guess had a working brain and didn't listen to CNN or MSNBC and thought something fishy went on, I guess we're validated. Because it's coming from the person involved herself. Now, it was obvious that it did go on, and this is just more proof that the DNC and the Democratic Party at large's attempt to smear WikiLeaks as Russian agents, these emails aren't real and so forth, that those attacks were lies. And they knew they were lies. They knew the emails were legit. This comes from those same batches that involve John Podesta and all these others. It's the same sort of group of emails from the same source, apparently. Which means that they're real. Which means that all the creepy shit that Podesta said, all the weird shit Hillary and her daughter were talking about, all these other staffers and individuals talking about how Chelsea Clinton is just an entitled brat, Hillary Clinton, I don't know what she's doing, she's having big difficulties, especially with the Goldman Sachs stuff. Hey, you want to go out for pizza 10 times this week. All of that stuff is actually real. Those emails are not fabricated. She has just legitimized them. I think unwittingly, I think she just wanted to sort of put the controversy to rest. Probably to get back to work because she wants her CNN position or something. She wants to get that money. So she decided, at this point, months later, is anyone really going to care? I remember at CPAC in 2015, I believe it was, or 2016. No, I don't think he went to 2016. I remember when Trump made an offhand comment about how Bubba Bill was going to have some problems because of his visits to Epstein's Island. And then he just sits there grinning in a knowing fashion. Sean Hannity, who was questioning him at the time, was like, he glossed it over. He didn't know what he was talking about, probably. He didn't know anything. Who's Epstein? Who's that? What island? What are you talking about, Trump? Yeah. It's funny to watch the DNC hang itself, which is basically what they're doing. They've chosen the worst possible person to lead them. Even worse than that other dude who I can't remember the name of, the token Muslim. They're like, we need to go full progressive. That wouldn't have worked well either, but it may have arguably worked better than choosing the neoliberal, because that just shows that for the next 2 to 4 years, they're going to do the same stupid stuff as a party. They're going to continue like the 90s campaign mode. It's not going to work. They handed Trump the next election should he choose to seek it. I don't care. His approval rating doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. It doesn't make any difference at this point. The DNC is going to strangulate its own party anyway. Whether or not they win the midterms remains to be seen. I wouldn't be too optimistic about their chances, even with the problems we see with the Republicans trying to destroy Trump's budget proposal or dragging their heels on Obamacare. They do need to act eventually, but they got a little bit more time to do it. Let's be a little bit more patient. And with people like Donna Brazile as the allies of your party, people are going to know that you're corrupt. With Trump, it's speculation. Oh, well, maybe he's working with Russia. Oh, what's the proof? Oh, we don't have any. But here he had, like, the Miss Universe pageant in Russia. Or he has properties in Russia. Or Russians came to stay at the Mar-a-Lago or something. So he must be working for Russia. Okay, well, it's not really proof. I guess it's tangential evidence, maybe, kind of, sort of. But it's nothing beyond that. With Donna Brazile, we have an admission. Oh, yeah, I fucked up the process totally. I totally favored the Clinton camp. I fed them, the debate questions beforehand, which she wasn't even supposed to have. It came from people within the media. The media wasn't supposed to disclose them. They gave them to Donna Brazile, probably upon her request, and she forwarded them to Hillary Clinton's campaign. How wonderful. What fair debates those were. See, the problem is this probably happens in the debates during the general election, too. You think Hillary might have gotten a primer from some sympathetic individuals like Anderson Cooper or others for the main debates? I think so. I think it's extremely likely that happened. CNN cut her position not because they disagreed that it was a good idea. They loved Clinton. It's the Clinton News Network. It's called that for a reason. They loved Hillary. They didn't care. They just wished that Donna Brazile hadn't been caught doing it. They probably paid her under the table after letting her go. Oh, here's a consolation prize. Don't worry. Wait a few years till it dies down. Maybe we'll hire you back on. Yeah, well, publicly we're going to chastise you, Privately, yeah, you did the right thing. You propped up the right campaign. Fuck Bernie Sanders, fuck Donald Trump. Oh, Clinton's where it's at. Hopefully she runs again in 4 years when she can't even shit on her own. She has to have a colostomy bag or something like that. Or she has renal failure from all the drinking that she does. It's probably what's going to happen. Yeah. At this point, it's looking more likely like she might run again, but will she actually make it through the primaries? It's going to be funny. It's going to be so funny to watch. I hope with every fiber of my being that Hillary Clinton runs again, just to see her fail miserably. To see her come in third or fourth place behind a fresh crop of no-name Democrats that at least are coherent. I would love that. It would be so crushing to her spirit. It would be so juicy and delicious to watch her fail so spectacularly. I mean, she wouldn't actually win the presidency. That ship sailed already. It's done for. It'd be like Mitt Romney running. You know, third time's a charm. It's not going to happen, Mitt. It's not going to happen, Hillary. It's just, you can't. People wouldn't tolerate it. Say, oh, this dynastic shit again. And Donna Brazille and people like that, those are your allies. They're the most corrupt people in the party. The DNC's new head is basically an Obamaite with ties to Clinton, too. They're going down the same dark path. Are they going to try to run Chelsea Clinton for the presidency? Oh, yeah, we know all she's ever done is some, like, Twitter activism, but, you know, we don't have anything else to do. And it's not like we have any intelligence as a party. It's funny to see Donna Brazille come out and validate claims that she vigorously opposed for months and months there. Oh, you're just conspiracy theories. I'm not going to address it because my Russia. Months later, oh yeah, it actually did happen. The emails are real. Yeah, all those hundreds of thousands of pages of pure shit that came from WikiLeaks on the DNC. Yeah, it's all true. Every word of it. It's not doctored at all. They're actually real. But thankfully, says Donna Brazille, most of it revolves around other people, and everyone already knows that I'm corrupt, so I have nothing to lose by just saying, yeah, it's all real. It actually happened. Those are actually interior emails from the DNC. That's probably the even funnier part, because there's some weird shit in there. That's about all. Peace out.